What's going on, people? So, I had 2 jobs today. First customer, European guy, so-called white guy, quick, fast, hurry, you know what I'm saying? And then we had a second job, elderly lady and her husband, elder. And we had a conversation, man. And the conversation went something like this. He told us that he had our tip, that he had given it to his woman, or whatever. And then he was talking, it wasn't a whole lot, but, whatever. Anyway, I said, big bro, I just appreciate you because due to partial government shutdown, ain't nobody better than nobody on the bottom. And we started talking. And he asked a question. He said, what is Trump doing? I said exactly what he told you he was going to do in his first term. Trump talked about bringing the National Guards to Baltimore, D.C., places, big urban communities where there's a lot of crime. He's not lying, there is a lot of crime there. But at the time when Trump did it, or made that statement, he had no justifiable cause for National Guards. See, in order to bring in the National Guards, there has to be a national emergency. Crime in an inner city is not a national emergency, it's a city emergency. At the highest level, it's a state emergency, right? And Trump also told black people, he said, or Asiatic so-called black people, he said, look, pay attention to your history because you are doomed to repeat it. So what does Trump do when he gets back in office? He says, we're going to reduce government spending. He said, we're going to reduce government spending. But he's taking away programs just like in the Reagan era. He's following his ancestor, Ronald Reagan. And he's not reducing government spending, he's getting rid of certain programs. And that's secret. Like, reducing government spending is secret for, I'm about to get rid of some government programs. And the reason he's doing this, like I told Big Bro, because Big Bro asked a serious question. And he was humble enough to listen. And I said, the reason he's doing this is because he told you why. He wants to bring in a National Guard. In order to bring the National Guards in, there has to be a national emergency. So what's going to be the national emergency now that the government is partially shut down? Something that has never happened when it partially shut down. I need y'all to remember, this is not the first time that we had a partial government shutdown. It's not. It's not. So why are stores like Walmart closing down? Why? They didn't close down during the last government shutdown that we had. And it's funny because what just popped up on my phone is Trump's politics. So anyway, what Trump is doing, not trying to do, but what he's doing is he's fulfilling his promise. The National Guards. So if I can shut down welfare and people are not able to feed their families, you know what most people are going to do? They're going to go nuts. And this is why he told black people, listen, man, y'all can be unscathed if you pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. Because right about now, if you're not on point, you about to get got. So what's going to happen is everybody's going to run up in these stores. And when they run up in these stores, National Guard is coming for you. And all those concentration camps that they've been building in the United States for quite some time now, all these military trucks that they've been, military tanks. You riding down a highway and you wonder why you see 17 or 14 or why they got these military tanks in the United States, these are tanks that we're used to seeing in other countries, not here in the United States, right? And the reason is because they're about to start rounding people up and putting them into concentration camps, just like they did to the people during the time of Katrina. But see, black people are already saying things like, well, man, they must want people to run up and steal shit and do shit. Yeah, that's exactly what they want. And the reason they want you to do that is why? Why do they want you to do that? Because then they can justify martial law and the National Guards putting the savages inside of cages. Don't be a savage. Realize and understand. For all y'all that believe in a God in the sky or whatever God you believe, or if you don't believe, do understand this. This is not the first time. People have survived the Great Depression. People have survived recessions. We have had government shutdowns. Listen, but everything they do is practice. It's to pattern you into a way of thinking. It's to get you a certain place. And then they rip the rug from under you, and it don't go back to normal. They scare you in the news. They say all these different things. But I ask y'all one question. Why aren't the animals worried? What about the birds? What about the trees? What about the rest of the universe? Why are they not stressing? Matter of fact, I got one better for you. Why isn't the rest of the world stressing? Because it's just a national issue. And a national issue is control. It's a chess game. We're playing chess. They create a hysteria that they knew was going to cause people to move into their lower self or their beastly self, because their justification will be, I have to survive. How am I supposed to eat? You're supposed to eat the way God told you to eat, by working by the sweat of your brow. That's what your Bible says. I don't believe that, but that's what your Bible says. Pray to God. Ask God. It says, listen, He knows you need clothes. He knows you need a place to stay. He knows all these things already. Don't go to God asking Him what you're going to eat, what you're going to wear, and all these things. Listen, He takes care of the lily, and the lily don't even toil. That's what Jesus said. The lily don't work for its beauty. It just is. God takes care of everything in creation. Man is the only fool who has created a working system and said that it was God that created this working system for man. And that if man doesn't work, he doesn't eat. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what? I've been homeless. I've been homeless more than one time. I've been homeless more than 4 times. How about that? And I ate, and I wasn't working. I ate, and I wasn't working. In fact, I ate really good out that bitch, for real. I even had vegans coming out to serve the people. The vegan food, I got to serve vegan food because a friend and I were not meat eaters. We were vegans. And they would come and they would say, hey, you guys hungry? I say, yeah, I'll just take the sides. And they say, you sure you don't want no meat? No protein? Those beans right there is my protein. The vegetation is my protein. Somehow that must have gotten back to somebody. Yo, we got some vegans out there. All of a sudden they start sending vegans out. You got people out there that ain't never heard of a vegan. They ain't thinking about a vegetable. All they want to do is eat meat. All of a sudden now they eating vegan food. They were bringing out natural toothpaste without all the chemicals in it, the fluoride and all that. They were bringing out deodorants. Why? Because I stood on principle. And they respected it. You homeless? You should eat anything. Nope, I don't. I eat what I know I'm supposed to eat. So the point I'm making is don't get all crazy and hysterical, man. Go and talk to the elders and find out what the elders did in the old days. They planted crops, gardens, raised cattle, live off grid, because this is the threshing time now. In Revelation it talks about, sorry about that, y'all. It talks about they will not be able to buy and sell unless they have the mark of the beast in the forehead or the hands, meaning that your mindset must be in the way of the beast. And not just your mindset in the way of the beast, but your mindset must also be, your hands must also be for the beast. That means your thought, your word, and your deed, what you do, is in the direction of the beast. But see, the problem is that many are called, but only few are chosen. So there's going to be a lot of people that are going to fall victim to this bullshit, man. I promise you. This has been in the making for a while. This is how they are going to gain control over those who are not written in the Lamb's Book of Life. For all you Christian and Bible readers, right? And for all you other religious people out there. See, all the religious people are going to be, they good. Because they going with the beast. Oh, I know that's a twist, ain't it? Especially for Christians. Because y'all like, we ain't with the beast. Oh, y'all with the beast. Y'all just don't know it. You know what I'm saying? When you respect their laws, and all those good things, and you believe their news and whatever the fuck else, you know what I mean? Excuse my language. You are following the beast. If you're not thinking for yourself, you're following the beast. And I'm gonna cut this for a minute and let this 11 minutes and 45 seconds load in, because it takes so long for the damn videos to load. So I'll be posting again, I promise you. I got y'all. Peace and love.